don't know the save for these intros anymore, so I'm just gonna get straight to the point. Uncharted 2's platinum consists of 45 trophies. It should take you about 15 hours according to PSN profiles. I don't know how long it took me because I don't know how many hours I had prior, because it's the collection, so it's all from Uncharted 1 and from when I played before Uncharted 1 back in 2023, so I don't know how many hours I have. According to PSN profiles, it's also a 5 out of 10 difficulty, and only one playthrough minus like chapter select. Uncharted 2's trophy list is pretty much an exact copy of Uncharted 1. There's more treasures and there's some different guns and stuff for combat trophies, but other than that, it's pretty much the same trophy list. Yeah, so it can be broken up into 3 stages once again. Stage 1 for completing the game on crushing again, which was actually a little bit more fair and easier than Uncharted 1, but I would use more fair because it still had the same aspects of crushing, just it felt more fair in combat situations. And then you also have to find all the treasures in the first, well, you don't have to, but you should find all the treasures in your first playthrough. I just use a guide because it's easier that way. And then also getting as many combat-related trophies as you can in your first playthrough. The second stage is about going to chapter select and cleaning up any combat-related trophies that I missed, which there was a couple once again, but it didn't take too long to do that. And lastly, there's speedrun trophies for 3 specific chapters once again, and then that's the final stage. And with enough yap out of the way, let's get into the video. The very first trophy I got for Uncharted 2 was for finding the first treasure. As Uncharted 1, there's treasures in the game, and you get it for different milestones. You're getting the treasures for about every 10 or so. I don't think there's 91, so every few milestones you get one. The next trophy I got was for defeating 20 enemies with hand-to-hand combat, which I got very easily in the second or third chapter of the game, because there's a whole thing where you take out enemies sneakily anyways, and that counts as hand-to-hand combat, so it's very easy to get. The next trophy I got accidentally. It was for opening photo mode. Last time I did at the end of the game. This time I just accidentally opened it because it was still enabled. Where'd it go? I didn't mean to do that, but okay. Then I got a trophy for killing 20 enemies with headshots. There's 2 other headshot trophies as well. This is the first of the 3. I then found 20 treasures. And then once again, just like Uncharted 1 as well, I found the strange relic. I then got a trophy for killing 5 enemies in a row with headshots. Once again, just like Uncharted 1, I got a trophy for killing 30 enemies with the grenades. I then got a trophy for killing 50 enemies with the FAL, F-A-L, which is actually a really good weapon, especially in the earlier game. Yeah, I really liked using that, so I got it really naturally, which most of these anyways, because unless I'm grinding for it later, but it was a really good one to use. Nice. I then got the follow-up of the headshot trophies for killing 100 enemies with headshots. It's 100 headshots. I then found 40 treasures. So I believe it's every 20 treasures you get a trophy for, but I also could be wrong with that. The intermediate, find 40 treasures. Eek. The next trophy I got was for killing 20 enemies with gunfire while hanging, so when you hang off a wall and you can shoot from it with a pistol. Just like in Uncharted 1, this one was for 20 enemies. I then got the follow-up trophy for the hand-to-hand combat. This one was for 50 enemies. I hit triangle, literally. 50 enemies, let's go. Alright, it's about time in this video, just like in Uncharted 1, where I talk a little bit about the crushing difficulty in Uncharted 2. Now, if I'm going to compare them, Uncharted 2, I think, is a lot more fair. I wouldn't say easier, because the enemies can still like two-shot you. The enemies can still, flank you and all that, but it feels a lot more fair. I didn't struggle at one combat section as long as I did at one combat section in Uncharted 1. Although, once again, similar to Uncharted 1, the final boss fight was actual BS. It was actual BS. I'll show some clip of it later, but it was so annoying. After those trophies, the next trophy I got was for killing 50 enemies with a 92 FS 9mm, which is a pistol, obviously, and it was pretty convenient to use. I don't really have much else to say about it. Find out! I then found 60 treasures. I then killed 50 enemies with the M4, which is like an assault rifle type. It was around most of the game, to be honest, so it was very easy and very natural to get the kills for it. I used it so much that I almost struggled to find out where this clip was for the trophy. I then got the trophy for killing 20 enemies with the pistol, which is a pistol, but not really isn't. It's more like a handheld shotgun type. It's pretty powerful, and I just used it when I saw it. Got the trophy. I then got the trophy for killing 50 enemies by melee attacking from behind, which is just a stealth attack. If you remember from the other video from Uncharted 1, I didn't do that like pretty much at all during the main story. In this game, there was a lot more opportunity, and it actually showed me how to actually do it, where the first game I didn't even know it was a feature until I saw the trophy list. But I got this really naturally in this game, and I'm glad for that. Oh, cool. Even though I didn't sound very enthusiastic in that clip, but the next trophy I got was for killing 30 enemies with the Desert 5, which again, unlike Uncharted 1, I got this naturally throughout the game. In Uncharted 1, I had to go back and to chapter select and use the gun and whatnot. But in this one, I didn't do that for this specific one. Nice. The next trophy I got was for finding 80 treasures, just like the rest of the treasure trophies. That's for 80, right? Yeah. Another, once again, trophy from Uncharted 1, which is also in Uncharted 2, was for killing 50 enemies with the Dragon Sniper. This time, I didn't get it all in one combat section like I did for the last time. This time, I just used it when I saw it, and I ended up getting it naturally without, like, being the same combat section 50 times, because I keep dying to it. I then got the last of the headshot trophies for defeating 250 enemies with headshots. They can survive. You can't even hear the trophy pop in that clip because I was too busy yapping. Next trophy I got was another combat related trophy. It was for killing 30 enemies with the RPG. You can kill multiple enemies at the same time with one of them, so it's a very not easy but natural trophy to get because it comes around a lot, like especially in the last few chapters. There's like an enemy that has one in like a lot of the combat sections, so it's not too hard to actually obtain. I then got a trophy for killing 50 enemies with the M32 hammer. Can't touch this. The gun is like a grenade launcher gun. It really is just a grenade launcher. It's not like one, it is one. And again, same as the RPG, it's very natural to get because you can kill multiple enemies at the same time with it. And it's not that bad. Nice. I then got the trophy for killing 50 enemies with the SAS-12, which is one of the shotguns. It's actually a later game shotgun. I didn't get the other trophy for the other shotgun in my initial playthrough, so I had to do that later, but I got the this one naturally, or at least in my playthrough. Nice. I then found 100 treasures. Master Fortune Hunter, find 100. And shortly after that, I found the last treasure, and I got the Master Thief collection on my initial playthrough, unlike Uncharted 1, where I had to go back and chapter select because I missed one. But this time, I found all the treasures in a strange relic in my initial first playthrough. Master Thief collection. I then, just like Uncharted 1, got the next 4 trophies back to back to back, which were for completing the game on easy, normal, hard, and crushing. So yeah, so we beat the game. Although the build up last time for the trophy pops was better because it popped from easy to crushing. This one went from crushing to easy instead. Whatever. But I liked the anticipation last time. Oh, okay. Charted hard, okay. I like the build up life. I went from easy to, but it is good to know that, I did do crushing. Uncharted easy. And before I forget, let me show you the final boss fight shenanigans of crushing. You'll see. Or is it after a second? I think he starts throwing grenades now, right?
You will not stand in the way of destiny!
Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. No, I think it is now. Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. You're a fucking bitch. Oh, what the f- Stop. Nathan Drake, stop rage baiting me! Oh, he mad. Fucking move. Fucking move. Go. No. Oh, fuck. Do you see that shit? All those grenades just barely missed me. I was dealing with that for like an hour or so, or maybe I think a little bit less, but BS, bro, BS. And then he shoots the stupid resin and throws 7 grenades at me, so stuns me, and then immediately, you know what? I'm done. Alright, time to start stage 2 of his platinum is go back and chapter select and get any combat related trophies that we missed. The next 4 trophies I got in my same chapter that I went back to, which were for killing 30 enemies with the West 44. I think last time I got it during my first playthrough, this time I didn't. Killing 50 enemies with the Micro 9mm, that one I definitely got my first initial playthrough, which I did this time. Killing 20 enemies by shooting from the hip without aiming. I also got that in my initial playthrough the first time, I didn't do this time. And killing 30 enemies with the Moss 12, which is the other shotgun. So yeah, to do this, I went into chapter select, and then you can select any weapon. Pretty much, some chapters like don't let you use like the RPG and stuff, but you can select any weapon and just give it to Nathan. So you can just run around with it, and instead of like going to a chapter, waiting, hopefully it's there, and hopefully you have enough ammo. And I also use tweaks for turning on infinite ammo, so I didn't have to worry about ammo either, so I could just get those kills and not have to worry about it. Cool. Nice, got running gunner.
Come on, honey.
Now a trophy I did get in Uncharted 1 in my initial playthrough that I didn't get in this one, even though I said that crushing is easier in Uncharted 2, and I still believe that. It's just that Uncharted 1 had those Resident Evil creatures, and they were really easy to kill, so I was able to get that number up, and that trophy is for killing 75 enemies in a row without dying. I think the closest I did was like 30 or 50 something. I just didn't quite get up there this time. Again, I think solely the first time around it was because of those Resident Evil creatures that were really easy to kill because they just ran at you, but you could kill them quick enough, so that's why that built up the first time. But again, overall crushing was still easier this time. I'm gonna try to do. I was like, we gotta be like a couple kills off. Okay. I then defeated 10 enemies in a row with hand-to-hand combat, which was pretty easy. I just continued where I was and then just did it because I was on easy, so I didn't die that easily, so I was able to get it done pretty quickly. The next 2 trophies were also trophies, or similar trophies in Uncharted 1, which was for killing 20 enemies with a single punch after weakening with gunfire, and also for killing 10 enemies in a row with a single punch after weakening with gunfire. I got the 20 enemies before the 10 enemies one, because the 10 enemies one again once again was in a row. So if you slip up once and kill them by accident before punching them, or you mess up something, it starts the streak all over again. But yeah, there was very similar trophies in Uncharted 1, and the trophies were easier to get in Uncharted 1 because of the boat section in the first chapter, but they weren't that bad to get here either. And the next two trophies are both explosion related. One was for killing 5 enemies with 1 explosion, similar to the kill 3 enemies, I think, in Uncharted 1, but you don't have to do it like 5 times in a row like you did last time. And then killing 10 enemies with grenades while hanging. I did these both in the same spot, and yeah, it was very simple to go back and chapter select and do it. Oh my god, he's still alive. There we go. The final stage of this platinum, just like Uncharted 1, is the speedrun trophies. There's 3 of them once again, and the first one I did was for beating chapter 3 in less than 6 minutes and 30 seconds. None of these speedrun trophies were too bad. I struggled more in the speedrun trophies in Uncharted 1 than 2. This one specifically took me a couple tries just to get down, and I only had 2 full attempts where I got to the end, and yeah, so it wasn't that bad at all. It was just speed, just getting speed, learning how to get through the enemies quick enough, and you're good. Awesome. The next speedrun trophy was for beating chapter 5 in less than 7 minutes and 30 seconds. This one once again took me like 2 attempts to do, and it was very combat related, so really was just trying to get through the enemies as quick as I could.
Dad, you just gotta ask for it.
And the last of the speedrun trophies was for beating chapter 13, which is the mission where you're on a train. So that one was a little bit interesting to get through. Basically, just keep pushing through. You're on easy, so I kept having to push through, and it was one full attempt to get the time, because it was very easy to get through. It's just I had to restart checkpoint a few times because of the enemies and making sure I wasn't spending too much long and trying to push more forward. It was a whole thing, but it didn't take too long. And then after that, of course, I got the platinum for Uncharted 2 Among Thieves.
Thank you.
Oh, that's it? Alright, first try. And with that, as we said before, it concludes our platinum with Nathan Drake Among Thieves now. Nathan Drake Among Thieves. Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, goddamn. But about enough yap out of the way. Platinum. Let's go. Holy shit. So yeah, Uncharted 2's platinum was honestly overall, I would say, easier than Uncharted 1, except for the final boss fight and a couple combat situations, but nothing. I didn't struggle as nearly as much as I did in Uncharted 1. You could say that's experience, but I think it's just how the games was made for combat situations. I could be wrong. Some people might find it harder. Overall, though, I found Uncharted 2 more interesting as well than Uncharted 1. I enjoyed the story more, and everything. I liked the adventure more, the different missions, like when you're on a train, when that building's exploding while you're in it. I felt it took everything that was good about Uncharted 1 and improved on it, which is exactly what a sequel should be. Sometimes the original is just feels better, and overall the story can be better than the original. But overall, I think everything was improved, and I really enjoyed this game. Obviously, next we'll be moving on to Uncharted 3, which might be the last platinum for this year, as we're nearing the end of this year, and I might be busy towards the end of the year. So I am still going to do Uncharted 4 and stuff, but maybe just not by the end of this year is what I'm saying. And I'm also probably going to do a trophy list review too, to go over all my platinums and games I haven't platinumed and why, because I watch platinum videos all the time, and those are some of my favorite ones. Seeing the trophy list and all that, I think is really cool. So yeah, I think I'll be doing one of those too before the end of the year, and so I can talk about my not first full year, but my first, bit of actually getting into trophy hunting. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.